Hey guys, welcome to a new episode, and in this episode we're going to replace the shock absorbers on my Alfa Romeo Brera. The original shock absorbers are pretty worn out, so they don't have sufficient rebound stiffness anymore. So in this episode we're going to replace them with these. Bilstein B8 shock absorbers all around. My car has H&R low range springs, and these are specifically made for to pair with low range springs. So yeah, really looking forward to have these on the car. We're not just going to replace the shocks only, we're also going to replace all the top mounts and all rubber parts to really optimize the car's performance and comfort. I'm going to start at the back of the car, start with the rear suspension. So already lifted the car up, and then once we've done the rear, we're going to start on the front. So guys, the bolts for the shock absorber are out, but to remove the shock absorber from the car, you need the rear wishbone to be pressed down. There are two ways of doing this. You can either press it down with a bar, but that's going to cause a bit of stress on the rubber bushings. Since I am planning to do a full wheel alignment after the shock absorber install, there is another option, and that is removing this bolt from the rear wishbone, and then you can press the wishbone a bit down and take the shock absorber out. I am going to mark the washer and the bolt and the nut to the flange, so that once I reinstall it, I can almost get it as close as possible back to what it's right now, and then when the wheel alignment gets done, they can further optimize it. So yeah, let's continue the install. So guys, the old shock absorber is removed. All rubber components are actually in a very good state. Even the bump stop is still okay, but we are going to replace them anyway, just for new fresh parts. But the shock absorber has seen better days. This one is really worn out, but luckily our spring is still good. This will be the spring that we will be installing back to the new shock. It's an H&R lowering spring. It has a few spots where the powder coat is not on there, but it's very minor, so these are still okay to put back on the car. We are gonna replace the shocks because this one is has not survived. So just to show you that this old stock has really worn out, I will compare it to the new one. Yeah, and the old one is still going. Yeah, it's still going. So this one, yeah, is just crap, toast. So guys, the rear Bilstein shock absorbers are installed. I did the right side of the other side off camera, and I also did the front right side off camera. So now the only side that we still have to do is the front left side, but I can already tell when I replaced the front one that the old ones were just also worn out, and it makes already a massive difference with the new Bilstein shock absorber. Yeah, the old shock absorber, when you press it, it just has really soft rebound stiffness, and it really takes a long time to settle. With the new Bilstein damper, you have just really firm rebound stiffness, and it just instantly settles. So it's just way stronger than the old worn shock. Yeah, so now it's time to replace the last one. So yeah, let's continue with the install. Guys, the front shock absorber is out. The spring is still in good shape. We will just clean it and reuse it. But the top mount, the dust boot, and yeah, the shock absorber itself are totally worn out. They're even more worn out than the rears. So we're definitely gonna replace them. Yeah, the pump stop is still okay, so we'll keep that as a spare part. But the dust boot is totally worn as well, so we're gonna replace them with all new rubber components and yeah, install the new shock absorber. So guys, the Bilstein B8 shock absorbers are installed. I will do a full-on review on how it drives in a separate video, because otherwise this video is getting too long. But I can already notice it definitely improved the handling performance. These Bilstein shock absorbers absorb the bumps so much better. They just soak them up. This suspension is stiffer than my TI suspension on the 159, but it's not uncomfortable. It actually is more comfortable since my old suspension was really worn out. So yeah, definitely also improved the comfort, but it's stiffer than the TI suspension. But it suits this car really well because it really improved the steering response. I was really impressed by that. It's super tight and it's super direct, and yeah, it really suits this car. It makes it a lot more sporty, and yeah, there's hardly any body roll, and it's just way more planted on the road, and that's something that I really like for this car. Other than that, it is a lowered ride height, of course, but my car was already lowered with the lowering springs, and these Bilstein B8s together with my old lowering springs, the ride height is pretty much the same. But it's yeah, it's a good lowered ride height. It's lower than stock, but it's not like undrivable around town. I'm really happy with this with this upgrade, and can really recommend it already. I will do a full review on them in a separate video, but I can already say it was a good upgrade. Yeah, I want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully I see you next video. Bye.